Good morning. The purpose of this, by the way, good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. Here I am for a sip and a smile. And today, because of the day that it is, here's my Fig Newton. Actually, I'm not going to eat this Fig Newton, but it is Fig Newton Day and I happen to have one, so I thought I would grab one so I could look like I was going to eat a Fig Newton. The truth is, I think these should be for building houses, not for eating. But maybe you like Fig Newtons. Let me know. Maybe I'll send you this one. Good morning. Happy Saturday. So let's see. Um, yesterday I was in LA and that's where you heard from me. Remember, I was in my daughter's kitchen. I played tennis yesterday with my son. I thought that was a really good way for me to stay safe distance outdoors and still be able to see my boy. What a guy. Love seeing him. And then, of course, I went back to Max, my grandson, and picked him up and brought him back out to the desert with me. You know, Bailey, my crazy dog, seems to just love Max. Didn't even bark when we walked in the door. That's a pretty good deal. Yeah. So, what about today? Well, first of all, today is Teacher's Day. And I know some of you, are teachers out there, right? Raise your hands. Yep, you. Um, thank you for doing what you do. I used to be a teacher. I know what it takes. And I'm proud of you for doing that. Thank you. Fritzy report, pretty boring. It's same. I mean, she's hanging in there. Some of my friends have improved a little since last we spoke. Some of them are still needing a whole lot of prayers. I kind of am making it like, excuse me, a regular thing now that I put out the prayers and white lights automatically for anyone I know who might need them. But if you request them, you get extras. And let's see what else. Oh, today's Nothing Day. Yeah. It's not a national holiday, but it is in the, I think it's called the Chase Book of Holidays. Go figure. So this was a holiday that was started some years ago as kind of a respite and a day when you don't need to celebrate anything. Personally, I think there's always something worth celebrating. I'm not honoring Nothing Day, but if you are, there's some really fun ways to celebrate it. What are you doing? Nothing. What are you eating? Nothing. What are you eating? Nothing. What are you reading? Nothing. Everything is nothing today. Everything is nothing. Oh, thanks for doing that. It was nothing like that. Okay. See how many times you can use the word nothing in one day. You might surprise yourself. It's also Without a Scalpel Day, which I think is a really important day because I believe it's like literally the anniversary of the first time that that doctors used like the little balloons they inflate to go in your vein, and they don't have to cut you open to see what's going on inside to do an angiogram, like that kind of thing. The less we have to invade our bodies with knives, the better. So that's all good. Good morning, Henry. So thank you to all the doctors who have decided that they don't really need to cut us up. There are other ways to treat us and heal us. Yeah, there's a big thing going on right now about healing us without meds. You know, some of us need meds for things, but I don't know. There's some doctors out there with pretty heavy hands ready to give us medicine for everything. We don't need medicine for everything. Okay, enough of that. Today is also it's also Fig Newton Day. I don't think Fig Newtons require a whole day of their own. I mean, even looking at the package, seriously, does that like invite you to be excited about eating it? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It says it's made with real fruit, but the fruit is a fig, right? Okay, I know some of you really love figs, so I won't insult you by telling you that I don't like it. Let's see. I know what day I liked about what I liked about today. It's get to know your customer day. Now, I know not all of you are in business. In fact, most of you probably aren't in business, but you do business and you have friends. And you know what? I truly believe that the same principles apply to friendship as they do to customer service. The truth about products today is you can get the same product in about 1,000 different places, right? So what you're buying nowadays is not necessarily the product, but it's the customer service that comes along with the product. I'm not even sure this is an entirely true story, but I read this yesterday and I loved it and I wanted to share it with you. There's a company, advertises heavily on Facebook, that does pet supplies. And there was a post from an individual, not from the company, saying thank you to the company because she had ordered like, I don't know, 6 months supply of food or something like that and called to cancel it. When they asked her why, she said it was because her little one had passed. They not only canceled the order for her and returned, I'm sorry, they canceled the order in terms of her money. They gave her a full discount, but they sent her the food anyway and told her to donate it in the name of her deceased pet to some other dogs, cats, a shelter, whatever. And then a couple of days later, a plant arrived to say, we're thinking about you and we're sorry for your loss. I mean, if that isn't customer service, I don't know what is. You went to a different car dealership because of the customer service. Listen, Home Depot uses a company called Temco to do their deliveries out here. And I have to be honest with you, I probably will not buy from Home Depot again if it involves a delivery from Temco. I don't want to do business with Temco. You know, we went through October, November, December, January, almost 4 months to get a dishwasher and all the problems we had. And the last time they were here, they did a great job, but it wasn't the same two guys who had been here the previous times. Anyway, in the interim, I had also, I think I mentioned, ordered a new refrigerator that was supposed to be here next week. Well, we got a call. I got a call day before yesterday saying it would be here yesterday. I was out of town. So I thought, oh dear, my significant other is not really big on these guys. I hope it's different guys. Anyway, to make a long story short, they canceled the delivery when they heard I wasn't going to be home and they had to deal with him again. So now we're waiting again for the refrigerator. It's like, really, people? Come on, get your stuff together here. I taught seminars in customer service for years. I consider this like, let's see if that's true. I'm testing the waters here. It's certainly in my top 3 things to teach. That I can tell you for sure. Customer service, there is nothing more important. And if I had to say one thing about customer service, just one, it would be keep your clients in the loop. I mean, seriously, it's much easier for us as customers to get bad news. It's easier to get bad news than it is to get no news. At least bad news, you can move on and do something, right? But when you get no news at all, it's nerve-wracking, it's stressful, it's aggravating, and it makes you not want to do business with those people again. Number 1 rule of customer service. It's not that the customer is always right. It's that the customer needs to be kept in the loop. Good, bad, or indifferent, whatever is going on, keep the customer in the loop. Am I right on this? Don't you want to know what's going on? If your delivery is going to be late, if something is wrong with the product you ordered, don't you want to be told that up front? Customer service. We can talk more about that anytime you're interested. Just pose a little question and I'll go on for hours about customer service. Interesting. Henry says that they use a local appliance store rather than the chain stores. The cost difference wasn't that much. The cost may not be much, or it may be significant, but the service that you get may make all the difference in the world. That little mom and pop store may, if they haven't been trained by me, may offer you better customer service that makes you want to come back again and again. That's all I can say. That's it. Okay. Oh, you know what? This is the anniversary of the first jazz concert ever at Carnegie Hall. And the jazz concert at Carnegie Hall, the first one ever, was Benny Goodman, who, as you probably know, is my hero. I loved Benny Goodman. And I know you know the story about how I spent an evening with Benny Goodman, my best bud. Oh, love that man. Just love that man. So there's that old story of a guy in New York walking down the street and saying to this person who was carrying a musical instrument, so he figured he'd know, he'd say, "Excuse me, how do I get to Carnegie Hall?" And the guy looked at him and he goes, "Practice, practice, practice." Ba-dum-bum. I know a funnier one, but I don't know if I can tell it on. Why can't I? This is my channel, right? So, New Yorkers don't have the best reputation of being nice. I'm not saying it's true. I love New York and I love New Yorkers, but I like the New York attitude. So this was a New York attitude story. Guy's walking down the street and he walks up to a New Yorker and he says, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to Carnegie Hall, or should I just go screw myself?" Except it's obviously a little stronger when you tell the joke. Okay. Anyway, in 1963, moving to the other coast, instead of Carnegie Hall, was the opening of Whiskey A Go Go. Yeah, it was go-go dancing and singers and booze, and can't tell you how many fabulous evenings I spent at Whiskey A Go Go. Not in 1963, I wasn't old enough, but a little bit later, it was like the Sunset Strip. That was where it was happening in LA, right? All the different bands would show up on the strip at these different clubs, and you'd go clubbing and bar hopping, and here's to college days and Whiskey A Go Go. 1901, birthday of Frank Zamboni. You know what Zamboni? Do you know? I'm looking to see if anybody's popping up Zamboni. When you go to a hockey game or you watch a hockey game and that big machine comes to clean the ice, that's a Zamboni machine. Happy birthday, Frank. You kind of know some stories about him anyway, like maybe a movie? Could be. 1908. Happy birthday, Ethel Merman. Boy, that woman had a pair of lungs on her, didn't she? She starred in a show called Anything Goes. And Annie, Get Your Gun. I mean, she was like, she was amazing. She was Reno Sweeney in Anything Goes. Do you know the show? I know the show. You know why I know the show? Because I was in Anything Goes when I was, I don't know, living in LA. Not like a professional version. It was a community theater, but I got to be Reno Sweeney, and I got to put my hair up and vamp, and I got to pretend I was sexy, and oh my God, it was such a great show. Musical comedy. I got to sing and dance, and I don't sing and I don't dance, so it was like even better. Yeah, those were the days. Wow. Anything Goes. It was a fabulous show. I don't know if it's a movie. I should check Netflix, but it was a marvelous. If you can get the music from it, just the music alone is. Whew. Yes, Opa, you missed the Fritzy report. There's no report. She's just like the same right now. When I get off, I'm off of this. I'm gonna send a message and see if maybe I can hook up with her before breakfast and give you some good news. She just keeps popping back up. Oh, being in musicals? Yeah, thank you. Being in musicals is like It was so much fun. But here's the thing. I love to sing and dance, but I'm not very good at it unless I learn every single step and every single note. They used to get so frustrated with me. Because of my energy, I would always get a big part, and then it would be time for me to sing and dance, and it would be like, she has 2 left feet and she can't hold a tune. So they would literally have to teach me the songs note by note, and I would have to memorize the sounds so I could sing them on key. And as far as the dancing goes, oh my God, I loved it. But before every show I did, I had to go to dancing school to learn whatever kind of dancing we were going to do. Anything Goes had a lot of tap dancing in it, so I can tap dance with the best of them now, except that I'm not really doing any steps. It just looks like I'm tap dancing. Anyway, it worked for the show. It was fun. In 2005, a 66-year-old woman gave birth to a baby. That's the oldest known birth mother, 66 years old. So here's what I have to say. Would you really want to be birth mother at 66? I love kids. Don't get me wrong. I love kids. That doesn't mean I want to start over and have another family. No. Okay, 66 years old. That's a little old. Today is also the anniversary of the end of Prohibition. The start of Prohibition. Prohibition started today in 1919. And that made me start thinking, if there was a pandemic and the Black Flu of 1918, or was it 1819? No, I think it was 1918. And then 1 year later, they took booze away. I mean, come on. And we think we've got it bad. Yeah, I don't know. We need to talk about that at some point. Yeah, it's like, come on, give us something. Let us relax a little bit. Oh, but you've been doing theater for over 35 years. Oh, I haven't done any in a while, but boy, I used to love doing it. You'd be more concerned. Henry says she'd be more concerned with learning and health issues having a baby at that age. Yeah, I don't know what the issues are, but it can't be the natural order of things to be having babies at that age. I just can't. I don't know. I kind of think being a young mother, you might make some mistakes, but you might also have some real fun. Although I watched my daughter, who didn't have my grandson until she was like 35. She's like the most awesome mom. And now he's 10, which, if you did the math, makes her 45. I don't know. And she's still got the energy to play with him and be with him and hang with him. And he's awesome. Gets me tired, but hey, you know what we do even now? Right before, he's still sleeping. He's in the other room. He's visiting. We have toothbrush parties. Do you do that? Is that a thing? Or is that just our family thing? I did it with my kids. I do it with my grandson. I think my daughter does it with my grandson. I don't know. When it's bedtime, wash hands and face, get in PJs, get your toothbrushes. You put your toothpaste on your brushes at the same time. If you have an electric toothbrush, this works really well because then you know exactly when to stop because you do a 2 or 3 minute parade. And we march around the house. We have to follow each other, do exactly what the person in front of us does. And we have this toothbrushing parade and party and laughter and giggles and clean teeth and all that stuff. It's really fun. And it makes toothbrushing fun. Oh. Oh my goodness. I wish this was like a thing where I could like bring you in, because there's a message that just popped up from my friend Jonathan. It says, sorry, I'm late. I couldn't find my tap shoes. He used to be in all these shows with me. Oh, JB, did you hear me talking about Anything Goes? We did a number with my friend Joel as well. That was like the classic of classics. Joel is a physician and a really talented community theater guy, or at least back in the days. Anyway, JB has pictures of us from another show doing steam heat. That was pretty cool too. Oh, we danced together a lot. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I don't mind that you're late. Don't worry about that. But speaking of late, I think we're done, folks. I mean, it's 20 minutes. Oh God, I love having coffee with you in the morning. Today's good mood is sponsored by coffee. That's a great mug. Mm. So, Benny Goodman, jazz concert at Carnegie Hall. Whiskey A Go Go opened up. Frank Zamboni was born. Ethel Merman, yeah, baby. Prohibition started. Come on, really? Get to know your customers day. Fig Newton Day. Religious Freedom Day. We didn't even talk about that, but come on, you got it. Without a Scalpel Day. Nothing Day. And Teachers Day. Teachers, in honor of Martin Luther King, take the day off Monday, okay? You have my permission. And Jonathan just had to remind me that, yeah, we did steam heat, and it was the pajama game is the game I'm in. Okay, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but 7.5 cents doesn't mean a heck of a lot. 7.5 cents doesn't count at all, but give it to me every hour, 7 hours every day. That's enough for me to be living like a king. She figured it out. She figured it out. With a pencil and a pen, I figured it out. Okay, enough of that. Happy, happy, happy Saturday. I love being here with you. Thank you for joining me. It means so much. And that you stopped to at least say hi, that means a lot too. Oh, and to Cindy, hats off to you. Cindy invited like 20 new people to be part of What Do I Say, What Do I Do? And check out today's word art. I think you're going to like it. Have a great day, you guys. Sparkles. That's what you need. Sparkles. Love you. Bye-bye.